Welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast, brought to you by Papa John's. I'm Logan Dean, and we have a great show for you guys tonight. We are glad to continue a great partnership with MSU Athletics, and with us tonight we have three amazing student athletes as guests on the show. Joining me today is a junior guard here from Minot, and he recently just broke the Minot State NCAA Division II career record for three-pointers made. Joining me now is Jaxon Gunville. Thank you for joining me, Jaxon.
Hey, thanks for having me on today.
So before we get into any of basketball-related questions, I just have one little starter question for you. So being from Minot, do you have a favorite restaurant here, and would you like to get there?
Yeah, I'd say Me Mexico is probably my favorite place to go out to eat when I do. And they got a really good burrito, the burrito California style it's called. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty legit.
In my opinion, Me Mexico is super underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like it gets so much hate because all these other Mexican restaurants that are coming into Minot.
Yeah, there are a couple new ones starting to come up, but Me Mexico is for sure my favorite.
I would have to agree with you on that. So at the start of this, we talked about you breaking the Division II record for most career three-pointers made. You now hold the record with 192 in your career, and you are number 2 all time. Just basically explain how you feel about breaking this, and just get into just talk about it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Kind of makes me feel old. It just means I've been here for a long time, but it's just a testament to just the work I've put in through the years, and it's a combination of that and a lot of help from my teammates. A lot of people, spectators and fans in the crowd and stuff, sometimes they think that just stuff that goes on in the game, like if you make shots and stuff, it's all the guy that's making the shot, but what they don't realize is the things that other people are doing on the floor to open up lanes for you, setting great screens or running the floor that opens up maybe spots in transition. So I think just to say that this record was something that just I accomplished wouldn't be doing my teammates any justice for what they've done for me throughout all the years, and they have just as equal a part in it as I do. For
sure, you gotta thank the teammates for, like you said, getting you open,
yeah.
Or on the transitions for sure.
Yeah,
and you're good, and the fans not really paying attention to that aspect. They just think, oh, you're just running up and down the court, just scoring.
Yeah, making the shot is the easy part. It's the cutting off the ball and getting open and
for sure
having great screens from your teammates and stuff and good passes. That's just equally as important.
For sure. When did you first start playing basketball, and what made you get into it?
Yeah, so I first started playing I've been playing basketball for as long as I've remembered anything. So I just remember going to my dad's rec games as a kid and just getting shots up in timeout breaks or halftime or something, and just really my love for the game kind of started there. Just him bringing me to the gym whenever he was going, and just it seems like I've known it for as long as I've been alive, and it's a great way to relieve stress growing up, and just I found I was pretty good at it, so I just wanted to stick with it and get good at it, and here I am today.
And did you have a favorite player growing up?
For sure, Kobe Bryant. He was my guy. That's why I'm a Lakers fan today.
Have you just been a Lakers fan your whole life?
Yeah.
Never switched or anything?
Never switched. I went through those. There were some dark years for those guys. They were pretty bad.
Let's see here. So speaking on the topic of basketball players, since you're a basketball guy yourself, do you think Michael Jordan or LeBron James is the GOAT?
Oh man,
and why?
I wish Connor Hollenbeck was on the show with me today so we could debate this one out. But I'm for sure a Michael Jordan guy. I don't think LeBron's the GOAT.
Do you have any reasonings?
I just think that I've never been a big LeBron guy. I could go into it for hours, but we don't have that much time. But just long story short, big Michael Jordan guy. I just like the way he carried himself more than LeBron. I don't really care for LeBron's antics and just the way he carries himself, I guess.
I get that.
Yeah. He's a great player, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think he's the GOAT. I'd put Kobe above LeBron too, but maybe I'm a little biased.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like more people have like they say LeBron because they didn't get to watch Michael Jordan playing growing up.
Yeah.
But even just seeing like stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
like
it's really hard to compare eras and stuff too, especially because so much has changed. Like the physicality of the game isn't where it was kind of back in the day. There's new rules and stuff, and there's just a lot more like athletes in the game today and stuff.
For sure. So back to your MS basketball playing here at Minot. Do you have a pregame ritual at all?
I wouldn't say a pregame ritual. I guess during pregame warm-ups, I usually we'll come back to the bench. Most of the team will come back at about 2 minutes until the game starts. I'll usually go back at 3, and I'll just go to the bench and just put my head down and say a quick prayer, and then get on with the game and stuff. So. Do
you have any a favorite song that you have to play before every game?
No, not really. But I do listen to a lot of country music before the game. That's kind of, I guess, something that would be interesting. A lot of people listen to rap and stuff.
Or upbeat music.
Yeah, country kind of just calms me down, and that's what I like listening to. So
can't go wrong with country.
Yeah.
So what has basketball taught you anything that transitions into your everyday life?
Yeah, it's just kind of taught me perseverance, I would say. There's a lot of ups and downs in the game. There's a lot of nights that things go right, and a lot of nights where things don't go right. And I just think it's taught me in life to not really get caught up in the peaks and the valleys of life. Just kind of find a steady in between, because whether it's in basketball and real life, there's going to be times where things are going great and you feel invincible, and there's going to be times where you're pretty down on yourself and things get pretty dark. And if you can just find that in between and find a way to just stay steady in your everyday life and just keep pushing no matter what, I think that's the biggest takeaway that I've taken from it.
That sounds very, very good. Before we get into a couple more questions here, I'd like to thank Papa John's for being our proud sponsor for the Inside the Dam podcast. Hit them up on their website and search for any deals they may have going on. Search Papa John's in Minot. They can also be reached at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. Thank you again to Papa John's for sponsoring the Inside the Dam podcast. So, Jaxon, I just have a few more questions for you real quick. One question outside of basketball again. What's your major, and what are your future plans with your major?
So I'm a finance and accounting major, and after graduation, I plan on staying in Minot because I've grown up here and been here my whole life. So I know a lot of people, and I think that can help me in the business sector in the city, just having connections and stuff that I've built throughout my upbringing here and trying to land a job. And I plan on continuing on working in real estate too. I just last summer got my real estate license, so I can sell commercial and residential real estate now too. So that's been fun.
Sounds cool.
Yep.
Do you see yourself coaching high school teams or junior high or anything?
Probably not.
For basketball?
I thought about the coaching and teaching road in high school, and I just thought that's not for me. I'm kind of a business guy, business-oriented, money-oriented guy, so I like that kind of stuff.
I totally understand. And also, besides playing basketball, do you have any hobbies you like to do in your free time? Yeah,
I like hanging out with my friends, my girlfriend, and my brothers. I grew up with 3 younger brothers, and they all look up to me. And we've had some really fun times over the years, especially just playing stuff in the driveway and just wrestling with each other and all that stuff. But now that we're grown, I just like hanging out with them, and because I moved out this last summer, and I don't get to see them every day like I used to, and that's kind of just been a hard transition. So just whenever I get to see them, it's a really good time.
I bet you it was pretty competitive in the.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the driveway.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Would you usually win?
Yeah, for sure. No taking it easy on those guys.
I don't blame you on that. And then one last question for you. Wait. Is there any? Do you have any advice for younger, basketball players out there?
Yeah, I think just kind of touching on what I said earlier, just not getting too high or too low. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in life, and there's a lot of things that you can't control that are going to happen. And I think just to kind of add on to what I said earlier about the peaks and the valleys and just staying steady in between, just focus on the things you can control. That's something that I've been really trying to get better at as I've gotten older. There's just things that happen that are out of your control that you can sit and dwell on and say, like, why me? But, like, if you can just focus on, like, is there a solution to that, or is there something that I can do that I can control that can fix this? But, yeah, if you dwell on the things that you can't control, you're going to set yourself down a road where it's, like, it's pretty depressing. So just worry about or how do I word this? Just, like, don't sweat the things you can't control.
That sounds like some incredible advice. Well, that's all the questions I have for you, Jaxon. I'd like to thank you once again for spending your time with me on this.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Once again, I'd like to thank Papa John's for being the proud sponsor of the Inside the Dam podcast. Up next, we have another amazing guest and another amazing student athlete for you guys, and we'll be right back after this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Siri, and before we get started, we want to thank again Papa John's Pizza for sponsoring us and just being a big part of the Minot community. And I'm here today with Miss
Abbey Kelley.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So we're just going to discuss today, kind of get to know you, and just so everyone here in Minot knows who the Abbey Kelley is. So explain, I see here that you're from Arizona.
Yes, I'm from Peoria, Arizona.
How's the difference from Arizona to Minot?
It was different at first, but this is my junior year, so I'm getting a little more used to it. But the winters never get easier. But I only have 2 more winters left, and then I get to go back home to Arizona.
Oh, so nice. Are you going to go home for summer too?
Yeah, I got a little niece on the way, so I'm going to go home.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Just to get started with the whole softball talk and stuff like that, how's so far the season felt for you getting started in the preseason?
We just had our first bubble tournament. We won 3 games, lost 1, but we had a good fight. Preseason so far has been good. I think Coach Sal has done a good job at preparing us to be ready for the game, and after this weekend, he's had us work on some few things for tomorrow's game, and I think we'll be well prepared for tomorrow as well.
And how do you feel like the team chemistry is this year compared to your past years being here?
I think we've always had great team chemistry. We work really hard to build a good team culture. We spend a lot of time together, so we work really hard at making it like a family and sisterhood. I think we do a really good job at that.
And what part do you think you take personally to try to like involve the team? Do you do anything yourself that you like to do with incoming players?
Yeah, we actually have this buddy system.
Okay.
And so we'll take in like freshmen. I have a freshman that's mine from Arizona, and we can set up meetings with different people from the team, and we'll go out and have lunch or dinner or get coffee or study throughout the week, and each week it's a different person, so that helps with the team chemistry.
So you guys got close right away kind of thing, and then obviously the past players you're with.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have down here that you have 17 stolen bases and 26 RBIs. With these stolen bases, what's your favorite base to steal?
My favorite has to be stealing third.
Okay.
It's fun on the pass ball, stealing third. I like it.
What's the secret?
I don't know. I don't know if I have one.
Are you just that fast?
Pump your arms and your legs will follow.
What's the sliding technique? You got a good one?
I actually do the wrong leg that you're supposed to do.
Oh.
Because I hurt my left knee, so I slide on the wrong one, but it's worked so far.
So far, we're all right. What about like when you're out there at bat? Obviously you've been playing softball for a while now. That's why you're here, representing yourself. What is like your favorite like adjustments that you make to whenever you're at bat?
I've learned throughout the years that for me what works best is before each at bat, I like to take a second and pray and just make it simple and realize that I get to do it. I don't have to do it. And I try to dumb it down in my head, stay within myself, and that's what I think helps best. Keeps me calm.
Yeah, not overthink it and all that. What about when you're out there on second base, waiting for that hit to happen? How do you feel?
When I'm out at second, I try to not think too much and just let my reactions work.
Okay.
So far, that's worked best.
Just let the body take over and stuff like that.
Muscle memory.
This past weekend, I see you went for 7 for 10 with 4 RBIs. Oh, and a double. Tell me about how did it feel? How does it feel hitting a double? I don't know.
It was really good. Like I said, I like to pray before. I like to take moments before games as well and just calm my mind down. And so far, that's worked best, and it feels good.
Okay, so do you have anything else that you do around Minot besides just being busy with softball?
Right now, I'm in nursing school, so
okay.
Each week I have clinicals.
Oh my gosh, what is that like? Is it stressful or you're used to it now?
It's a little stressful, long hours, but I like it.
What got you into what made you want to this is what I want to do?
So at home, I'm a CNA, and I've liked just helping people and making them feel better. So that's strived me to want to be a nurse even more. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for all the clinical rotations to see which field I actually want to go into.
Okay, so you have options kind of laying out right now. Mm-hmm. Okay, where are you leaning towards if you are?
Since I was about 14, I've been thinking about labor and delivery.
Oh my gosh.
But I just went to the cancer center and I really liked it.
Okay.
And this week I'm at the OR, so we'll see.
You're everywhere. Now I see you're busy all the time, so off and off the field. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else can I get to ask you? Let's talk about a little bit just how well you know Minot. Is there any go-to places you recommend for the people being here 3 years?
Spicy pie.
Spicy pie?
10 out of 10.
That's right here by the campus as well?
Yeah, it's under Beaver Ridge.
Okay. What's the go-to order?
Pepperoni.
That's me too. Don't worry. What else can we get to know you? Who's your inspirations in life? Anyone. Doesn't have to be celebrity. It could be personal as well.
I would have to say my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They've helped me a lot, and they've showed me how to be a woman. They're the reason I am who I am today. And also my brother and sister. They've shaped me into who I am. And also God.
Mm-hmm. Also, we were speaking earlier, and you were mentioning your fiance, who's a wrestler. Iconic athletic couple right here. So what was it like meeting him here and also how'd you find time being both athletes?
No, it was awesome. He wrestles here. It's actually senior day tomorrow.
Okay.
No, it's really nice, and it's going to be cool to reflect on when we're both college athletes, and we can look back. And he's done 5 years, and I'd have done 4, so it's a good accomplishment to do.
Oh my gosh, that's a good story to tell later on.
Yeah.
This is what we did, both busy, but we made it work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So after when you go, you want to stay in Arizona after?
Yeah, I think so.
Just stick over there?
It's warm.
Where's your fiance from?
He's from Fargo.
Oh, okay, so does he want to go to Arizona? What does he think of Arizona?
He likes Arizona.
Okay.
He likes the warm weather.
Oh, a lot better than here, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried wrestling as well?
Mm-mm.
Nope. No. Too scared?
I actually thought about doing it in high school, but no, I never got into it.
Has he ever tried softball or baseball?
He did play baseball, actually.
Oh, okay.
He goes to the home run derbies that softball puts on.
Oh, okay.
He does really good there.
He shows off a little.
Yeah.
And he's like, my fiance's softball player. I gotta show up.
Exactly.
Let's see here. We good on time? Okay.
Got about 3 minutes, give or take.
Okay. Let's see. We have all kinds of stuff we could still talk about. Just trying to think. How long have you been playing softball for?
Let's see. I did t-ball when I was about 4, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then I went into coach pitch when I was 6, I think. And then I started club softball when I was 8 years old. And then ever since I've been playing, and I did swim, volleyball, basketball, soccer. I did all of it.
If it wasn't for softball, where would you be playing? Do you think?
What other sport?
Yeah.
Probably volleyball.
Okay. What's I like volleyball. That's probably my answer too. I'm a soccer player, but I definitely love volleyball. So what's your reasoning?
I was a setter.
Oh,
and I played in high school, and I was decent. I was decent for not playing club.
Catching up, keeping up with all the other girls.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Is there any other position you would like to try in softball? if it wasn't?
I would have to say shortstop.
Oh, it's kind of similar.
I like middle infield.
Okay, those are like the fun. What's the major difference between shortstop and second, you'd say?
I would say just the throw distance and bunt coverage.
Oh, the bunt coverage. Okay, I didn't think about that. I'm a soccer player. My softball intellect is not all there.
Second base just goes to first pretty much every time, and then shortstop depends where the runner is, if they go to second or.
Do you have good chemistry with your shortstoppies?
Yeah, we have really good chemistry all over the field, but yeah, the infield has a lot of chemistry.
A little iconic duo. Is there any favorite chants you guys have to do with each other?
Chants?
Yeah.
I don't know. We always make up funny ones.
Okay. Any fun? I mean, any favorites so far you've had?
I'm not sure.
Okay. It's all good. Are you going to think of more?
Probably.
All right. And that is about it we have today, guys. Thank you so much, Abby, for speaking here today with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we would like to thank Papa John's again for being our sponsor, and we'll be going to break. Thank you.
I'm Morgan Kelley, and welcome back to Inside the Dam podcast with our next and final guest, Calley Olson of the softball team here at Minot State. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It says right here that you are from Wisconsin.
I am. I'm from Bloomer, Wisconsin.
Is that a small town?
It's a very small town. There's like 3,500 people.
I'm also from a very small town of 1,200 people. Was it a big difference coming to a bigger spot in the nation?
Slightly. We have towns nearby us that are about this size, so it wasn't that big of a difference.
It says right here that you have a 12-3 record as the Minot State's women's softball pitcher. How do you go into each game thinking that, I'm gonna come out with a win and get that win in the W column?
You just gotta have to set your mindset like, I'm gonna do this like for my team. We're gonna get this win, and we're all gonna do it together. That's very interesting because like I love sports, so it's a very team oriented mindset. What pitches do you throw? I have a change, curve, rise, and drop.
I know what a curve and a changeup are, but I don't know what the rise and drop are. So what do those look like?
The rise ball spins up, and then drop goes down.
Okay, so it's kind of like a sinker in baseball.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then it says right here that in 25 games you played here, you have 55 strikeouts.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a team? That's hard to explain. Do you go into each batter thinking of what type of pitches, or do you wait until your catcher goes in and tells you what type of pitch to throw?
Yeah, I wait for my catcher and then I throw it.
Okay. So going back to just life here at Minot. So what's the major that you're currently studying?
I'm exercise science and I'm going for pre-PA.
Okay. So after you graduate or go on with your life, what do you plan on doing?
I am going to work as a PA. I'm hoping to be in pediatrics. That's right now, but I want to do some more job shadowing and just kind of explore all the specialties.
So do you want to, when you finally do graduate, do you want to move somewhere warm back to Wisconsin, or just somewhere that you've never been to?
Definitely somewhere warm. I told my mom my whole life, I was like, I'm moving somewhere warm. I'm done with winter.
I completely agree. It gets a little cold here, and I'm also from a very cold state, so it doesn't help coming back to a cold state. So I also know that you have a boyfriend here named Gage. He also pitches for the baseball team. Is it difficult to see each other between practices, school, homework, all that stuff?
Yeah, there's some days that it's hard because it's we practice early and he's late, so it's we see each other at night. But usually with good time management, we're able to see each other every day.
That's wonderful. I also know that you guys went 3-1. Is that correct? Last weekend?
Yes, we did.
Did you pitch at all?
I did. I threw against Providence, and then I threw 3 innings against Moorhead on Sunday.
And I'm assuming you got the W's for.
We lost to Moorhead. It was 2-0. And then we won against Providence.
And does that how does the win-loss record go? Like, if you did you pitch the whole game, or like if you pitched the most innings, is that how you get the win? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
For Sunday, I came in the last 3 innings, but I still got the loss.
Okay. So this weekend, or is it tomorrow? Right, you guys have a game tomorrow.
Yep. Tomorrow we have a doubleheader.
Do you know who against, or do you not?
Yeah, we play Jamestown.
Are you guys hoping to go in there and like, are they a good team, or
I actually don't know anything about them.
what's it like on like a game day, going from classes to the bubble to get set up for games and to warm up, and missing those classes? How's that like? Is it hard to manage that time?
It is kind of hard to manage because you feel like you fall behind, but professors here are really great with helping you catch up. So
That's good. So, what's your guys' preseason record this year? Was this your first games these last week?
these were our first games. This was our first bubble tournament.
Okay. So, going back to like the lifestyle. So, when it came to picking a school, was Minot your only option, or did you also have different scholarships or other availabilities?
I had a couple availabilities. Actually, I had a scholarship for powerlifting for out of a school in Nebraska, so I could have had that option, but I liked it here more.
That's honestly really cool. Like, I didn't know there was a high school sport of powerlifting. So what was that like going from? Did it help you when it came to softball?
It did for sure. It definitely built my strength for me.
That's I never knew that they had high school powerlifting. And when it comes to it, would you want to like? And you said there earlier that there was a professional softball league. Would you want to pursue that, or if there was a possibility?
If I was good enough, maybe, but as of right now, no.
It's very hard to go professional nowadays, especially with how many things there are in the equation. When it comes to softball, like, are you a dirt, turf, or do you like to play in the bubble here, or do you like to play outside where you get the wind, and that also helps with fly outs, all that stuff?
Mm-hmm. I grew up playing on dirt, which I loved, but then I came here and it was all turf, and I ended up liking turf a lot more.
Yeah. Is it harder to go from like turf to like dirt when it comes, like when you guys go travel places? Is it harder to like figure out, oh, is the ball going to take a bad hop if it comes right at me, or is it going to be nice and like a slow roller to me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's off the dirt. It's sometimes hard to read just because there's like different grooves and all that.
Yeah. What was your favorite memory of softball growing up?
Growing up, probably my senior year of high school. I had a really great season. I got to throw every game because we only had one pitcher, and it was such a small school. And I had a really tight bond with my high school coach, so that made it so much better.
I had some tight bonds when I was in high school with coaches. How long have you been playing softball?
I started when I was like 4 in t-ball, and then each year it was like coach pitch, and then 10U, 12U is like you start travel ball. And then 16U, I went a little further. I went to Minnesota and played. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Was it tough to manage, like, if you had to go to a tournament, or was it all over summer, like, or did you have to play during school for those travel teams?
I never had to during high school. There was, like, maybe one tournament we had, which would just be in Minnesota, so it's not big a deal. But, yeah, everything was over the summer.
So when it comes, like, softball, do you and like your boyfriend, do you guys ever go out and like throw around either the softball or the baseball, like just to spend time?
Yeah, we do. We like to throw sometimes.
It's a really, that's really cool, honestly, because just find that time to be able to throw with that significant other, and it's a unique situation. So in the last 2 games, you pitched 8 innings with 1 strikeout and 1 win. Mm-hmm. So going back to that tournament, was it hard to like? Is it weird to get warmed up, or do you guys get warmed up on the side like there's a bullpen, or do you guys just come out and get warmed up and then?
Yeah, there's a bullpen on the side, and we kind of can go at our own pace and listen to music and do whatever we need.
Yeah. So where do you guys currently like when the season like actual start? Where's your guys' first road game or first game, I should say?
That is a good question. I'm actually not sure, but I know we play Jamestown next Tuesday for another doubleheader there, and then the next week after we're down in Kansas City.
Oh, so you guys get to travel.
We do, yeah.
And I would like to take a moment to thank Papa John's, our proud sponsor of Inside This Damn Podcast. And all I gotta say is that it's very good pizza. So going to Kansas City, do you guys play bigger schools like Division I type of schools, or are they just all Division II?
Some of them are D1, yeah.
Does it make you guys intimidated? Because it would make me intimidated to go.
Yeah, a little bit. They throw a little bit harder too,
Yeah.
so.
So what's the what is your what's your goat of softball, if that's even a thing?
When I was younger, I really looked up to Jenny Finch. She's very big in softball, so.
That I think I've heard of her a few times. I've also watched some YouTube videos of her striking out some baseball players. Mm-hmm. Do you think that baseball it would be easier to strike out a baseball player with throwing how softball players throw, or would it be harder for a softball player to hit a pitcher, like a baseball pitcher?
Like a baseball pitcher? Probably for softball to hit baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had to. I've just seen videos, and I feel like as a baseball player, it would be, because you see them submarine pitchers, mm-hmm. and it's super hard for people to hit them because it's just like a weird arm angle and stuff. So throwing underhand, I feel like it'd be way harder to hit that softball than it is baseball. Even though, like baseball, they throw harder, so it's harder to see, but it's a different style. So going back into your life perspective, did your parents were they leading you towards softball, or did you fall in love with it, or did you play other sports, or?
Growing up, I played all sports: volleyball, basketball, anything pretty much. Once I hit high school, I got into powerlifting a lot. It was pretty much being my dad's thing. He pushed for it, and it was once we got to the time to decide, he was like, it's your choice, whatever you like more. And I love softball more, so I stuck with it.
Yeah. Do you have any siblings that look up to you or play softball, and you guys could mock each other on who's better and all that stuff?
Actually, both my younger sisters don't like softball.
Oh.
They watch me too much.
None of my siblings like football. I'm the only football fan. But so what? Do you ever get to go back home and watch your siblings, just to take in the moment of I'm their older sister and I get to spend that time with them, watching them play their sports like they watched me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I went back home over Thanksgiving break and watched my sister play volleyball, so it was really cool to see that.
So how does the season work in softball? Is there a winter season, and then you guys open up to a spring season, and then there's a summer season of all how's that work?
Well, for travel ball in Minnesota, they have a lot of bubbles like here, so you can play winter tournaments. Fall, you're usually still outside, and then you can't play with your travel team for high school, so there's really nothing in the spring, and then summer it's back to tournaments outside. So
when you were back in Wisconsin, did your guys' season was during the fall?
For high school, it was during the spring. We start end of March,
okay.
and then play till first week in June, usually.
So what's it like to transition from, I know Wisconsin winters are brutal, and North Dakota winters are brutal. What would you say is colder, Wisconsin or not North Dakota? Sorry, not Minnesota.
I would say North Dakota, just because the winds are so much stronger.
Okay, every Wisconsin person I know, because I have family that live in Wisconsin, they have a big accent. Is that a really realistic thing? Do they really have that bad of an accent like you see on videos and TVs and all that?
Some people, yeah. People here catch me saying bag is a big one. Yeah. I pronounce my A's weird, but
my sister's boyfriend, he's from Minnesota as well, and he sometimes slips up and says bag.
Mm-hmm.
a different style of like winter. You could say like here. I know that it gets really really windy, so that's kind of what makes it super super cold. Is it up in Wisconsin? Is it super windy, or is it just the snow's falling and we have to deal with it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the snow's falling and it's cold. It's like we don't really get wind at all.
Okay, that's really all the last questions I've had for you. Thank you for coming, and thank you all for watching Inside the Dam podcast, and thank you to all 3 of our athletes to coming in and letting us interview you guys. And I would love to mention our sponsor, Papa John's, once more. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. That's the best pizza out there. And thank you, and hopefully we can see you guys next week on Inside the Dam podcast.